So I'm making this video a little late in the night and also just time-wise in general. But I've been thinking about this all day. Look at this. Look at this man. The man, the myth, the legend, Wrathion is coming back. I am actually excited for World of Warcraft now. I'm actually about on par with how I was at the beginning. No, not on par with how I was at the beginning. It's about 60% as excited. But this has a lot of implications, doesn't it? We're finally moving through BFA, and we're coming up to the end of it. And it's a really weird time to add Wrathion back. It's a really weird time because they're trying to make this big, expansive story, but they seem to be fumbling over a few things. I'm not worried for Wrathion's return, I should say that. I'm excited AF to have Wrathion back in the spotlight, in the game. And apparently he's been real busy. He's been trying to... there's data mining of a scenario that you get when the Catacombs of Karazhan... Is it Catacombs of Karazhan? I believe it is. If I'm not, I apologize. But he's been trying to resist whispers of corruption from the old gods. And it turns out N'Zoth is also looking for him. So N'Zoth kind of is a little bit afraid of him as well. So I'm excited. Hopefully he doesn't gloss over it, by the way. Hopefully he doesn't be like, oh, hey, how's it going? What was I doing? Well, that's none of your business. Like I hope they actually show us, or at least tell us, what he was doing on Draenor. You know, what he was doing this whole time when we were fighting the Legion. Was he helping on his own front? Why is he looking for the Dragon Isles? But I think that's going to spill into the next expansion. I know a lot of people are thinking, does this mean the Dragon Isles in 8.3? No. No. Blizzard, it would not be a good idea for Blizzard to do that. I feel even in Legion, they kind of rushed the ending. With Argus, you know, we only saw Argus for a patch. Only seeing the Dragon Isles as a patch would suck. I think even like Nyalotha for a patch would suck. So that's why I was kind of hoping that N'Zoth wasn't going to be the last boss in BFA. But I guess it would more align with their soft reset that I theorize that they're going to do. So what do we know, and where could this go? Yeah, that rhymed. Well, I don't think N'Zoth dying is going to be the answer. And it's weird because, you know, a couple of Faceless ones have told us that they exist. They are not dead, nor are they alive. They exist outside the circle. And I'm assuming the circle means the circle of life. So when we're able to finally do something with N'Zoth, whatever it is, maybe we can actually find a way to defeat an old god for good. Remove their corruption completely from the planet. Maybe that's something that we could actually find out, other than just stuffing them back in their prisons over and over again, because eventually they're going to win. And I hope Wrathion is at least a key to that. And it's going to be weird to see how Anduin reacts to him being back. He's like, oh, hey, old friend. He's like, hey, how's it going? Sorry about your dad, man. I mean, you know, I wonder what he's going to say to him. And they better have a couple of conversations. But hopefully Anduin grows a little bit distrustful of him. Like, there's a little bit of distrust there, because I feel like Anduin's been going through a lot, even though they haven't really shown it too much. But where could this take us? You know, Wrathion was originally in the embassy, which I was speculating and hoping that it meant there was a dragon-like allied race. I was thinking maybe in pre-patch we'd get this new dragon-like allied race, and then we would go into the next expansion with them. I was hoping for that, but it's probably just going to be Wrathion's back. I always am quite pessimistic of Blizzard adding really cool or menacing looking races into the game for us to play. They're kind of hell-bent on adding cute things, like even the Worgen remakes, the eyes, they took the toughness out of them and kind of made them look a little bit more, you know, fluffy. And like even the females, like I like the female changes because, I mean, Worgen females were ugly to begin with, but I just don't think they changed them in the right way. They made them look a little bit more... Is anamorphic the correct term? I don't know. They made them look more human-like, and I don't think they should have. they should have went further the other way with them, but we'll have to see. I mean, as long as the boob jiggle's still there when she danced, right? She slaps the boobs and they just jiggle. Why am I talking about werewolf boobs? I think I'm talking about Blizzard's design choices in general. And Worgen boobs took the... You know, they're supposed to have 6 nipples. Where are the other 4 cups on her body? Like, hello? She even says the joke, you know, Worgen women have 6 nipples. Blizzard, please fix. That's gross. Please don't fix that. Please don't do that, Blizzard. I'm going to put that in the next Q&A. I am off topic. Let's get back. Wrathion coming back and pushing more dragon lore. Like I was hoping that at the end he would be stuffed sort of back into a prison. So at least rebuilding one of the final prisons, at least temporarily holding him in place until we can figure out how to deal with him permanently. You know, this way we can still do stuff with Murozond. We can still see what was supposed to happen to Chromie or who was hunting Chromie. Or we could see perhaps even a whole expansion based around dragons with hopefully an actual good ending this time. And an actual good, proper dragon fight as the last boss. But, you know, my hopes are up. You know what happens when I get my hopes up? Met with sheer disappointment. But the Dragon Isles would be a really good place to take the story after. Now, what kind of things would happen in the dragon things? Let's do a little bit of speculating. So, what do we know for sure? We know that the green dragons are kind of busy in the Emerald Dream. You know, you have Ysera's daughter that took over. The bronze dragons, of course, would be in shambles if it's speculated to go that way. If I was speculating it to go that way. You would have the red dragons, of course, on board, and they would be helping us as they always have. Same with the blue dragons and Kalagos. That leaves 2 factions of dragons left. I'm going to go with the lesser one first, the Twilight Dragons. There's still a ton of Twilight Dragons left, apparently. And it would be really cool if they weren't in the story as just villains, if they were more in the story as we want to try to fit into the world, how we can integrate into the Dragonflight, because, you know, we weren't created to just be monsters. We want to be good too, or we want to do good things as well. I think that would be the better way to go with it. But let's get to the Black Dragons then. Now, a lot of people are saying Ebonhorn is like the leader, like, you know, he would be like the leader of the Black Dragon. No, I would see him more of as he cares more about High Mountain than he does the Black Dragonflight. And in the patch, spoiler, I suppose, he becomes corrupted, and then Mother was gonna kill him, I guess, like cleanse him. But he stopped her and he said Wrathion would be able to help. Let's go find Wrathion. And hopefully Wrathion kind of steps up more of as a leader. I'd like to see that direction more. It'd be cool if, you know, like King Wrathion, you have King Anduin, you know, they could be king friends. But there is one other variable that we found in Island Expeditions. When you pull one of the Black Dragon rares, I apologize, I don't have his name. When you pull one of the rares, it yells out, "For the Earth Warders." Now, that, I know what you're thinking, Earth Warder or Earth Warders, S with a plural, which means it seems like, and this is speculation, that perhaps a higher council took control of the Black Dragonflight. That they're on the Dragon Isle somewhere, that perhaps they resisted Deathwing or didn't want anything to do with Deathwing, so they just left. Now the Azrite's out there and they need power to do whatever with. So here's what I'm hoping. Hoping that Wrathion makes a comeback, helps us deal with N'Zoth. N'Zoth gets stuffed back into his prison, at least for now. And then we fight him in full glory later on, or perhaps he breaks completely free at the end of this expansion. And that's when things flip. That I would be okay with, because I think that N'Zoth deserves his own expansion to be whispering to us. I love the whispers. I love hearing the whispers. Like, there's a quest line in Nazjatar where, yeah, you go fight a rare, and it says she threatens the king's crown, or she threatens his crown. Kill her now. I was like, that's really cool. That's some cool stuff going on. So hopefully there's more whispers. I like that kind of stuff. So hopefully the next expansion will lead us more into Murozond as second boss, N'Zoth as the final boss. You can still have a lot of dragon lore. And hopefully, but I'm again being pessimistic that Blizzard would actually give us dragons. But again, they're not too hell bent on giving us menacing looking stuff. I mean, I said that in my very cool ogre video. You know, they don't want to. It seems like they just don't want to go that way, and I hope that I'm wrong. Blizzard, please prove me wrong. But we'll probably be stuck with Mecha Gnomes and Volpera, and then nothing else. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. I'm happy he's back. You know, I'm happy because he was a really cool. I think he's a cool variable. He, like, working in the shadows, having his own plan. Like, he worked behind the shadows with Garrosh. Then he worked behind the shadows with Wrathion. And I'm wondering if he's been working behind the shadows with Anduin or someone else. It'd be cool if Gen's like, nice to see you again, Wrathion. And Rathion's like, oh, hey, Gen, thanks for doing all this stuff that I told you to do. Did you find Sylvanas and Stormheim okay? And he goes, yes, I did. That would be cool. That would be awesome. And then, boom, there's some distrust between Gen and Anduin. I'm going crazy with it, okay? I'm just... And then we have other models like, I think this is Farisa, is that her name? Farisa? Windrunner, the sister? She looked good. She looked real good. That armor is... Like, look at... Blizzard, you outdid yourselves. And Kalia Menethil, who's basically a Valkyr-looking undead. It's basically a Valkyr. I don't know why everyone was so surprised when they said, what is Kalia? She's kind of like a Valkyr. And there's my mount for the all foreseeable future. I gotta say, I'm proud of Blizzard for adding this in the game, because this looks good. Man, imagine being able to play, like, having that head on, like, a humanoid's body. If I could be anything in the world, it'd be a dragon. So we have a lot of new exciting stuff. We have the 50th anniversary coming up. We have Papa Wrathion making it back, or Daddy Wrathion. We'll call him Daddy Wrathion. Daddy chill. What can I say, except I'm actually excited about some lore. Holy lightning. But I'm excited. I'm good. Let's do this. I'll see you guys later.